The act of giving newborn breast milk straight from the mother is known as breastfeeding. It gives babies vital nutrients and antibodies that help shield them from illnesses and infections. Breastfeeding has many advantages for infants, including helping them to prevent childhood obesity, promoting healthy weight gain, and supporting cognitive development, which may raise IQ scores. It also boosts immunity, which produces antibodies and other immune factors that help protect them against infection and illnesses. For the first 6 months of life, the World Health Organization advises exclusive breastfeeding. That is, after that, the child should be breastfed for an additional 2 years of life or longer while receiving proper supplementary food. Welcome to the program Health 247. I am your host, Irene Okechukwu. And on this program, Health 247 is everything relating to your health and always making health your number one priority. So today we are going to be discussing on breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is a very interesting topic, especially to mothers, nursing mothers, and even nursing fathers, if I may say. So if you want to be part of this show, as usual, you can follow us on all our social media handles on official Rabbit TV, or you can just sit back and keep watching our program Health 247 on Rabbit TV, channel 176 on Star Time. So don't go nowhere, for when we return, we'll be introducing our guests to you. So sit back there. Alright viewers, welcome back on this topic, breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, I said, is a very interesting topic, most especially to nursing mothers and as well as nursing daddies. So we have a special guest today who is joining us on this program, Health 247. She is a senior nurse. She told me she is retired, but I told her that nurses are retireless. So for me, she's retireless. Am I lying or not?
Not at all.
Okay, she is Mrs. Stella Amako, and she'll be telling us more about herself. Welcome to the program Health 247.
Thank you for having me.
All right, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, like you rightly said, my name is Stella Amako. First of all, I'm glad to be here to talk about this very important aspect of child development, child nutrition, and child-mother's relationship. So we're talking about breastfeeding. But I am Stella Amako again, a retired nurse, a teacher.
Interesting. Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about breastfeeding and its benefits to both mothers and babies?
Absolutely. I am glad to talk about breastfeeding. I'm an advocate of breastfeeding, baby-friendly. I think at the time I was in service, I was one of the pioneer staff that enlightened people greatly about the importance of breastfeeding. And actually, I practiced that. Okay. My last child, I breastfed her for 4 good years.
Wow.
Yes,
when you just said 4, I was waiting to hear 4 months.
Solid
what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. But the initial 6 months exclusively.
Okay.
But the thing with breastfeeding is that babies enjoy it a lot, that they don't want to let go.
Exactly.
So breastfeeding is it has a lot of benefits for both the mother and the child, the family, the community, the nation, because a healthy child is a happy child.
A happy child.
And a happy child makes a happy home, and the parents are
nation.
Yes, a healthy nation. You spend less on medical bills. The child is well balanced emotionally, makes mommy and daddy happy, makes the teacher happy. So very productive, very articulate, very intelligent, on and on and on. So it's really a worthwhile activity.
Interesting. So basically, as a senior nurse who have had a lot of experience in, like a wealth of experience in this aspect of baby friendly, you know, taking care of babies and also mothers, what have been your challenges, especially as a senior nurse?
Initially, especially for new mothers,
Yeah.
they are scared. They are scared, for the fact that they are not sure if they are going to do it well,
Yeah.
if the baby is going to accept it, if it's going to be successful, and sometimes they think ahead. The anxiety is exaggerated. If I start now, what am I going to do when I resume work?
Yeah.
So some of them are, reluctant to start because they feel inadequate
Exactly.
to carry out a successful
Breastfeeding.
breastfeeding. But with their encouragement, a lot of encouragement and support, starting from antenatal time, because to achieve a successful breastfeeding, it starts antenatally.
Yes.
You have to educate the mother, let all these anxieties, that, they are not going to stop her. She's going to be successful. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody started with child number one.
Yes.
So, yeah, with time, with a lot of encouragement, with a lot of support, is going to be successful. So you also start that by advice, education, and also the practical, physical preparation of the breast. Because some of them, maybe from their friends, they have been told that it's painful, and the beauty aspect of it, some, they're afraid to lose their shape and things like
They
that.
say their breast is gonna flag, like
Yes,
to
yes.
fall.
So those are some of the myths that surround breastfeeding and make it sometimes difficult for especially the new moms to start. But like I said, with good antenatal support, education, encouraging also the family to support. She needs a lot of support.
Yeah.
While breastfeeding is a very intensive activity. So that has been that, inadequate education, to be specific, inadequate education about breastfeeding, is one of the obstacles that I encountered, and some of my colleagues also, towards achieving successful breastfeeding. But like I said, with good education, it's it
Helps
works well.
make it better.
Yes.
Okay, but I wanted to ask a question. Just like you spoke about the enlightenment, you have to enlighten the mothers why breastfeeding is very important. So what do you have to say about breastfeeding, skin to skin breastfeeding? Because breastfeeding is not just you breastfeeding the child, that skin to skin with the breast milk. Some people have to extract. Some will tell you that they don't want to breastfeed skin to skin. You'll be like, why? They say if they do that, their breast will fall. So rather, they extract the breast milk and give the baby directly to the mouth. So can you now tell us the importance of skin to skin breastfeeding?
Yeah, thanks for that, specific aspect. When we talk about breastfeeding, we want to emphasize on that activity nursing.
Yeah.
Not just expressing. Yes, you express to
the
nurture.
yeah.
But the emphasis is on the the nurturing, the contact.
Yes.
The skin to skin, the good louching,
Yeah.
When you have that with the child, it makes it more successful.
Wow.
Because with the skin to skin contact and the positioning. You know, breastfeeding is not just a physical thing, it's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
It's an emotional thing. And that contact, that closeness, though the baby is not talking to you, the baby feels loved, baby feels, you know, relaxed, baby feels protected.
And feel
you feel also fulfilled holding your child after that 9 months. You are looking at your baby and you're caressing your baby and you're, you know, talking to the baby.
Wow.
And it makes the leg down reflex, you know, to be effective. You know, breastfeeding is also a hormonal activity.
Exactly.
That hormone, the prolactin, you know, the oxytocin that promotes this act. With the oxytocin, you know, the muscles are more sensitive, you know, more relaxed, and the prolactin now, you know, speed up that, you know, milk production. And you stay there and feel, you know, less you know, my baby, you feel so fulfilled, you feel so happy to, you know, and the more relaxed you are, the more the milk flows, and the more the baby nurse, you know.
Oh,
so we
have a baby doll.
Know, yes, to practically demonstrate.
Yes.
You know, like I said, breastfeeding is an emotional thing.
I could imagine.
You know,
even really, the way you're cuddling the baby doll is more
really,
emotional.
Yes, you really have to be involved.
Okay.
Focus your mind. Take a proper position.
Okay.
So mothers are advised to sit properly. You know, you sit where your legs will be at like angle 90, depending on where you are seated. If the chair is too low or too high, you get a stool. So you relax. It's not that, you know, your back will start aching and you give up. When you take that comfortable position, then, you know, the milk will flow and the baby will really feel nursed. And another thing is that the way the baby grips the nipple is also important, because the areola that the milk duct is on the areola. You know, it's not just at the nipple. So you make the baby to really grab it so that the squeezing will help you. And also you be mindful of the breast, and you know, and you know, closing this. So you help the baby with your 2 fingers. You press back. You press back. You are guiding the baby's nostrils, and you are watching, and you will be hearing that swallowing. They suck, they swallow, they suck, they swallow. You know your baby is really nursing. So it's not a mechanical thing. It's an emotional exercise where you help the physiology of, you know, lactation to flow.
Wow, I can see the way you held the baby. The head is towards your arm.
Yes.
Can I just feel?
Oh, sure.
Oh, hope the baby is not catching cold.
No, baby is well protected.
Okay. So, I have to cover him very well. Okay. But the baby should not talk, because if he talks, I will throw it away.
So it's really a happy moment. It's not like it should not be seen as a chore. You know, one of those you know, duties. You know, it's a joy to hold the baby and nurse the baby. So you should, you know,
I wanted to just say something right now. Like, for instance, if I want to breastfeed the baby, and probably I'm tired in this very side, and I want to change the position.
Yes.
And I turn it like this, turn the baby like this. I may not feel that relaxed. Like, I'm trying to make sure that he gets the breast. I won't feel that comfortable, and the thing may make me to deviate and come back to this side again.
You will, you know, like I said, it's an emotional thing.
Okay.
You know, you have to, you know, alternate the breast.
Okay.
And when you start with the left, for instance, the next feeding time you start with the right, that there will be complete emptying.
Oh.
Because the emptying of the breast, you know, stimulates more production of the milk. The more you empty, the more milk will come. So you start with the other breast. Another reason you should do that is that you know, when they are hungry, they are sucking. The initial time, the grip is really strong.
Yeah.
You know, if you keep letting the baby start with a particular breast, the possibility of, you know, maybe slight
You
pain or
get used
bruises,
to.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So let the baby start on the
It can
alternate,
be very painful, you know.
so that, you know, the pressure will be, you know, equalized.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, like I said earlier, the preparation of the nipple before lactation is very important. So if you did that antenatally, that was done antenatally, you know, you won't have any issue alternating, you know,
Interesting.
the
The baby
nursing.
is already crying. She wants to have a little bit of rest.
Yeah.
All right, viewers, so we're going to go on a short break. You can see the baby needs a bit of breast milk right
You can
now.
see baby, you know,
Baby
relax
is
after
crying,
good,
actually.
good.
Maybe when we go on a break, when we come back, by that time the baby has eaten a lot of food.
Okay.
So we are going to go on a short break, and when we return, baby will stop crying. So stay tuned. All right, viewers, welcome back. On this topic, breastfeeding, we had to go on a break because the baby was really crying. The baby needed to eat. So we are back. So now we are going to know how mothers can balance their work and also how they should breastfeed their child so that their baby will not be hungry, just like how the baby was hungry. So over to you, ma'am.
Like I said, effective and successful breastfeeding starts during the antenatal period.
Yeah.
So it is also good you let your midwife or your medical team to know the type of work you do. You know, some people, some career or professions, they run shift, and there are times that you know, they stay overnight. You know, all these routines should be made known to your medical team. So you start preparing you and give you relevant advice that will help you to cope with effective breastfeeding and weaning, and also going back to your work.
So that means you advise expressing the breast milk is also okay, especially those mothers who are working class.
Yeah, it's okay, but if you have like a crèche around your office where you can keep your baby during break time, you can go and feed. In fact, it was one of the recommendations during our time for government, if, in an area, office area, a place like the Federal Secretariat, for instance, where you have many ministries, many offices, you know, to have a breastfeeding room where mothers can go and breastfeed their babies during break time.
Interesting.
Otherwise, you can still express the milk and under very hygienic condition and store it in the fridge. And store it, and making sure you have a competent hand that can feed the baby with the milk under hygienic condition.
So, like, for how long can a stored breast milk be kept in the refrigerator? Like, how many hours?
4 hours.
Oh, 4 hours.
4 hours. You can express, and I mean, some people don't have refrigerators, for instance. I mean, we are not talking, when we're talking about breastfeeding, we are not only concerned with working class moms. There are people also in the farms that do, you know, people that go to the farm, people that do businesses maybe for hours or so. They will be on the road, or
Yeah.
they're driving to their business,
Or they go for one or two errands.
and they may not be able to carry their baby along and feed. So they can express that milk, and if they don't have fridge, you can, let it sit inside water.
Okay, water, ordinary water.
Normal room temperature water.
Okay.
And keep it covered and give instruction for proper washing of hands, and before the baby is fed. But if you are in a position, maybe you have a car, or you're going to the office, you're going to bank, you're going to church, we advise mothers, when you want to achieve effective breastfeeding, a lot of things are involved.
Okay.
First of all, the mindset to achieve that successful breastfeeding must be there.
Okay.
And once that is there, their clothing is not the time, for fashion display.
Exactly.
You wear something that is convenient. That wherever you are, you can, let baby have access to the breast without exposing yourself, without also exposing the baby. If you are in a public place, I mean, you can take your baby, you're going for a conference, you're going to, like you media people, you can take, the baby can be in the car, of course, being watched, or seated at a place. But you have to be in a place that you don't need to disturb the audience or disturb yourself, or it will be a lot of inconvenience for you to have access to your baby. So it's advised that you sit, when you are in a public place, you sit at the back.
Yeah.
You can sit at the back as you are there now with your baby. You can
She's
just
actually not crying. She's been quiet since.
Or you have this towel, you cover
the baby.
And think of it, if you are eating in the public, sometimes you get distracted, you don't really eat. So babies, though they don't talk, they are also sensitive to the environment. So they need that quietness, they need that privacy.
Exactly.
So you give them that little cozy environment, while still your arms protected. You don't want so many
disturbance,
distraction. In that way you feel relaxed and baby feels loved. So these are some of the ways. Remember, good advice prenatally, the dressing, the positive mindset, ensuring, depending on your schedule, ensuring your baby gets that milk. If you cannot, have access to the house or go, depending on the distance, you can, bring baby, or you express the milk. You can make that milk available, while you are, away. And another thing to achieve that is the times that you are not always around. Don't make baby get used to that time.
Yeah, because they're always fond of that.
Yes, like if you do night, I know after some time the maternity leave will be over, and you are a person that you run shift. So when you feed at night, baby might be needing to be fed at that particular time. So let baby also get used to your routine. The way we manage them, the way we handle them, they respond. They respond. Remember, in our culture, there are babies that cannot lie down and sleep. So they always carry them, and when you ask, they say, "Oh, no, you cannot sleep except you being carried." Don't introduce baby to something that you cannot continue. So because their system gets used to whatever method, whatever environment, whatever language you introduce to them, so they get used to that.
Okay, I wanted to ask, so how do we handle cases where mothers have low milk supply? Because there are these mothers that will tell you that my breast milk is not, I'm not producing enough breast milk, and this will make me to introduce other baby food. So how do we handle such cases so that we can balance it?
Saying that is not enough. It's not enough, because some mothers, they think maybe because of the size of their breasts, they think they're not producing enough milk. Everything successful breastfeeding, I keep saying, starts antenatally.
Okay.
So during antenatal period, they're introduced to nutritious food that will help them to build their body, build the body system and everything.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, when baby is born, lactation is established.
Okay.
It's not a matter of the size or how long the baby nurse, but a mother that eats well and rests well definitely will have
can produce more breast milk.
enough breast for the baby. But failure of lactation is not only on maternal side. Sometimes it's from the baby.
Oh, really?
There is a premature a baby, for instance, who doesn't have that strong sucking reflex, will not be able to suck, because the more you suck, the more
you produce
the breast comes. So that, and then some abnormalities like cleft lip and palate, where baby may not be able to to suck, can also affect that, and mother will feel feel baby is not getting
enough.
Enough. But as long as the baby is gaining weight, as long as baby is gaining weight and feels satisfied after feeding, it's it's an indication that baby is getting enough. But then, in a situation where the baby is not gaining weight, and you put baby to breast, sit comfortably, position baby well, and see baby is agitated, and you feel that baby hasn't really
eaten enough,
sucked enough. But you can check if the breast was emptied. If it was emptied, baby has definitely sucked. But there could be underlying issues that is making baby agitated, irritable, and you think that it is not, baby hasn't taken enough food. So in that case, you can go to your doctor, but don't assume.
Okay.
Don't assume. But if you think you are not making enough milk, improve on your diet.
Okay.
Rest, and take appropriate position, so you will not, feel some discomfort. And another thing, very importantly, especially in our culture, we feel, and with this situation, economic situation, we feel, okay, a breastfeeding mother, she's saving money, and that's it. Some families will even say, feed her. The money that the baby is saving for you goes to the mother, because if actually the mother is breastfeeding well, she feels so hungry. She feels so hungry. So
she wants to eat more.
Yes, she wants to eat more. So breastfeeding time is not a time of interruption, a time of emotional stress. So we encourage families, we encourage relations to please support a breastfeeding mother. It's not a time of trying, putting her to unnecessary stress, to find out her maternal skills. Is she going to be a good wife? Is she going to have more babies? Is she able to cook? Is she sleeping too much? This is not the time. It's the time of support, because anything that upsets her mind will upset the flow of the milk, and baby will suffer. Please, I beg and encourage families, please, for every mother there that is breastfeeding, it is an intentional thing, it is an emotional thing, it is a very vital thing for this baby that depend on this milk. So and a lot depends on the mental well-being of the mother. So we encourage the families to support the mother, so that the baby will really
have enough enjoy.
Yes,
It's like how this baby's enjoying in my arm.
Yes, yes.
So talking about the kind of food, what type of food will you encourage for nursing mothers? Because some people say taking liquor like alcohol will make the nursing mother's milk to flow very fast. I don't know how true is that. And some people will say, so like some nursing mother may complain and say, my breast milk is not really flowing the way it's supposed to flow, like it's not rushing well. Even the baby is not having enough. So their husband will say, me that is even a hunter, I'm a farmer, sorry, that I used to go to the I used to go to the farm to go and bring palm wine. He says, don't say I have palm wine to give you. When you drink this palm wine, you say you have enough milk. How true is it? And what kind of food will you advise nursing mothers to take so that they can be healthy and feel okay to feed their babies?
Well, I'll go back to prenatal time.
Okay.
Start to take, once you a woman takes in, start to take those nourishing food, because the effect of that, will play out during the breastfeeding period. But then during breastfeeding time, the woman is encouraged to take a lot of food rich in protein, vitamins and minerals, fat, just balanced diet.
Okay.
It's not going to be monotonous food, one bowl of pounded yam and
I think more of liquid, right?
Yes, liquid is that, and sometimes we also have the belief of this palm wine. I don't know the effect of alcohol in breastfeeding. I don't know, maybe it has not been proven, but the mind is so strong, it controls the body. Whatever you think, sometimes what we feel plays out physically.
But funny enough, if that baby takes it, that baby will get drunk, will start sleeping. I've seen a drunk baby before.
And baby will
you'll be waking the baby.
Yes, and baby will sleep and mother will sleep.
Yes.
But nutritious food, balanced diet, a lot of water, a liquid, fluid. Please, let us encourage breastfeeding mothers. Let's all encourage them in one way or the other to make sure that we enjoy a successful breastfeeding for our young mothers.
All right, baby, it's time to have mommy wants you back. All right, viewers, that is so much we can take on this topic, breastfeeding. Thank you so much for coming on this program, Health 247.
Thanks for having me.
Actually, the baby is catching cold, so baby needs to go home. Baby does not need to be in this cold environment. So viewers, this is the much we can take, and we're going to see you next time and same time on this very program, Health 247. So stay tuned and keep watching us on Rapid TV, channel 176. Bye-bye and stay blessed.